Welcome to Voluntold Detail. I'm your host and narrator, Millennial Shitbird, and today we're going to do something personal. We're going to talk about a super grunt, the 0351 Assaultman, the Ass Man, bringing the ass, the Zippo Boys. They're gone. This is my dog right there. Oop, right there. That's my dog, one with the helmet. 0351. Special Forces Minimizer. It's that was a joke in our platoon. They're gone. They're all gone. 0351 Super Grunts. Zippo Boys. You know, there was a guy in Iwo Jima, a little skinny old sucker, and he fired 3 shots and at least killed 30 Japanese soldiers, apologies. On Iwo Jima, got a Medal of Honor. He was an 0351. The weapon platform you see to the right there is called an MK153. Shoulder-launched multi-purpose assault weapon. This sucker is getting replaced with a combat engineer to do God knows what. I don't know if he's holding it or not. This thing only costs $13,000. The gun platform weighs 16.6 pounds. Loaded up, it's 29.5 pounds. It's a hell of a lot heavier than any saw gunner out there that I know of. Got to be a super grunt to carry this son of a bitch. It's an 83.5 millimeter round. Shoots 3 rounds a minute. And the reason why it shoots 3 rounds a minute when you're shooting at a distance is you have to shoot a 9mm tracer out of a 308 casing, or a 7.62 by 51 NATO casing, with a 22 Hornet primer. Okay? At a point target, they can hit it out to 250 meters. At a maxed area target, they can shoot it out to 1,800 meters, gents. 16 and change is a mile. These bastards are shooting out a mile and hitting a good-sized bunker. Now, you got 3 types of rounds out here. You got your standard HE, you got your anti-tank, and then you got your thermal Barrett or your thermal incendiary rounds. Thermal Barrett. These things are implode instead of explode. So you got your all-purpose HE. You also got the flying dildo. Now, the flying dildo is just a big old hard core that they shoot out at plywood structures at 29 palms, practice tanks. Now, with the small rocket, this thing is the loudest, nastiest thing on the battlefield that the grunts could call, okay? Usually platoon sergeant runs this bad boy because he knows where he wants it. And this is an assault weapon, okay? This really is an assault weapon. You use this to do a breach, an assault. If somebody's doing an assault on you, this is a counter assault. This is where you knock out their tanks and armor. And yes, it can grow rated up. At the time of my friend going through it, said a T82, okay? That's a hell of a lot longer in the tooth on hitting nasty things and still taking them out with modern technology still from the Russians this day. Now, with the assault team, that is their primary crew weapon. They also carry demo. They could make a field expedient mortar or mine or something like, mortar. Mine. Claymore or something like that, and they can do it in 30 seconds if you got the spot for them. The gunner carries the small rocket with 2 rounds, 1 in the pipe, 1 extra. The A gunner carries 3 extra rounds. The gunner carries the depth cords and all that stuff to put the blasting caps and so on and so forth. The A gunner carries all the boom boom sticks, so C4 and whatnot they have. Now these guys as a team, what they would do is they'd move in on the line to the back left of the line, or maybe a side if they can get a side hit on something while they're attacking the infantry, and take out the armor, knock out a bunker, hit a machine gun nest, so on and so forth. These are the guys that you call when you need fucking help. But they're gone. What are they getting replaced with? This is the same thing with John McCain. What is replacing the A-10 for close air support? Oh, we could use the B-2, Senator. I'm sure it can drop a 500-pounder. But I've been danger close with a JDAM south of Satra with 1st Battalion, 4th Marines. And shit, I think a third of the battalion was in danger close, which is 1,000 fucking meters. I think it was somewhere between 500 and 700 meters. I mean, it wasn't like I was 50 meters away. Fuck that shit. But that's not fucking close. A10s, those boys are fucking nut to butt with your fucking boys. I mean, hell, dude, you gotta be careful. You're gonna get fucking splattered with fucking gravel and shit. So they're getting rid of the fucking assaultman. And they're putting in engineers with that shit. Let me explain something to you. They're using those 9mm tracers for a reason. That son of a bitch is rocking and cocking so bad. You got to look back 90 fucking meters to make sure you're not cooking your buddy. Okay? If you're at the kneeling position, you have it facing to the rear. If you're shooting at the prone position, you got to make sure that bitch is cocked to the side. And a buddy of mine, he got cooked. One in the picture. He got cooked with it. And yeah, it's like 2nd degree burns and shit. And that's with fucking camis and boots on, dude. That shit will fuck you up. What they would do is they would get into position, fire, and displace immediately. If they're in a defensive position, they really can't displace. They can probably just change the spots a little bit over to the left or right like they're in Apache. Hit the dirt, fucking crawl left, right, some odd meters, pop up. He sees me, I'm down, right? But they're gone. They're not going to be there. We lost tanks, and we lost the assaultmen. So all we have now, who's shooting javelins? Are javelins gone now? Fucking... All we have left is the TOW then. And the TOW is an old, obsolete piece. It works, don't get me wrong. But when we went to combat, we had the TOW 1 system. And we got TOW 2 rounds because the Army had TOW 2 types. And from what I understand is it's supposed to do a top turret like a javelin. And, I get this M250 cal. And it's made in the 80s. The Marine Corps finally buys it after 2001. We get some money. And it has a bent feed paw. And battalion can't service it. I got to go to ship to get it. And I'm getting this thing out. I just pause it off, full cyclic rate, 50 rounds. And I'm unloading it and shit like that. And our super shipbird, PFC out of the brig, stop loss, all that shit. He fires the TOW, right? He's a senior Marine as a 52 to fire a TOW gun. So he fires it, and it goes out, about 90 meters, so about 40 meters, and it's, about 30 meters to my left, and it just starts fucking tumbling. And this wasn't the only problem. We also had a problem with the Mark 19s. That's another thing that you got to use for the anti-armor. We talked about those. The links were too tight, to the lowest bidder. So you're going to the lowest bidder, now you're knocking out, our javelins, because they're expensive? I don't know if they're still there. The small rockets, you're knocking that shit out, okay? You got rid of the fucking tanks. I remember the 0352s were getting phased out, and then they bring them back in, and they were fucking like screaming for people to come back. Man, I'll suck your dick, give you a sergeant, man. You'll get a nice fucking trailer on the beach. In contract. 0351, Super Grunts. History. First one. Hope the Marine Corps doesn't really pay too much in blood to learn this lesson, because it's an old lesson that they just forgot.